Are you guys ready for this week? I sure am, man. I got my double espresso on deck. We have 7 companies to break down, 7 stocks, all of which are reporting earnings this week. So we have to go over the estimates, the charts. You guys know the drill, what I'm looking to do, all of that good stuff. But first, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and get up to 15 stocks for a moo. If you guys have not done this yet, I don't know what to tell you, man. Check out the link down below or go to stotsurfest.com/moo. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, you get 5 stocks, and get this, guys, you get a $30 cash reward as well. Fund your account with at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks, and on top of that, your uninvested cash, get this, will earn up to 8.1% APY, which, guys, that's a no-brainer. So check out the link down below or go to stotsurfest.com/moo. And with that being said, cheers. Let's get into it and break down these 7 companies, 7 stocks, all of which are, again, reporting earnings this week. Guys, it's going to be a big one, man. So it's currently about 10:30 a.m. on the East Coast, and we have all of the indexes except for the NASDAQ, which it's barely in the green, but all the other indexes are in the red. We're talking the Russell's down 1%, S&P's down 0.2%, as the Dow's down almost 0.5%, and we have, again, the NASDAQ barely up 0.05% in the green here. So we are starting off the week on a red note, and this is funny enough after we broke out initially at open. You guys can see here on the intraday chart, SPY opened up at around 583. We ripped all the way to 585 almost. Now we're back to the mid 583s, and we're down. We're down about 0.25% on the day, as the NASDAQ is now in the red as well. It's creeping down after popping out of open. You guys can see the price action here. We opened up at 493, got to about 496, and here we are, down to 494, slowly going red, giving back the gains. So let's get into these stocks. I don't want to get too deep into the indexes here, guys. It's still early, quite frankly. I mean, we're only an hour into the session right now, so a lot could change. But let's get into these stocks. The first one that everybody's watching this week, let's be honest, is Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA, which, by the way, is down about 0.6% right now in the beginning of the day. So we recently covered this chart. You guys know Tesla is in a very interesting predicament right now. We have resistance at about 270 over the last couple of months. We just hit that about a month ago, 2-3 weeks ago, actually. We got rejected at about 270. We got hit there in July. But at the same time, throughout this whole time period, we've been making higher lows, right? 138, 160, 185, 205. Right now we're holding 215, 220. So the $1 million question is, guys, do we bounce off this trend line? Do we start going back towards 230, or do we break trend after earnings and maybe start going 200, dare I say under $200 per share? So yeah, very interesting predicament right now for Tesla stock heading into earnings, which are on the 23rd, so on Wednesday after the bell. Today being the 21st, 23rd is on Wednesday, right? So Tesla's looking to do 58 cents of earnings per share versus 66 cents from last year, okay? EPS will decline year over year on revenue of $25.37 billion versus $22.09 billion, up around 15% year over year. Not bad, guys, but not what we're used to seeing in terms of growth. I mean, we saw their delivery numbers for the most recent quarter. They came in lower than expected. The robotaxi event was a bit underwhelming. So right now, Tesla in general is not hitting on all cylinders like they were a couple years ago. But who knows, man? Maybe if they surprise on earnings, strong guidance, we could get a pop here at 220 and maybe start going 230 plus. Maybe maybe the uptrend will continue at that point, but we'll see. It all comes down to Wednesday after the bell. And Boeing's another one that has been struggling. Not as much as some other companies, but I guess you could say Boeing has been struggling a lot. No doubt about it, and you can see it in their stock price. We can see it's down from 213 in February, and now it's at 160. We just hit 145 about a week ago, so this stock has been destroyed, no doubt about it, and it's down from the 446 all-time high in 2019 to where we are now. So we are down well over 50% from all-time highs. And Boeing, it's crazy, man. It was looked at as a company, as a stock a couple years ago that was relatively safe, a solid investment. What could go wrong with Boeing, right? And this goes to show, man, anything could go wrong with any company. If you think something's rock solid, nothing's going to penetrate it and, affect the business, you could be mistaken. Look, Boeing, I swear, man, when I started investing like 10 years ago at this point, I was looking at Boeing. I was like, man, this is a rock solid company. I want to buy the shares. Never did. Watched it go from 120 to 400. And if you told me Boeing over the next 10 years was going to collapse 50%, I wouldn't have believed you. And here we are, man. EPS is projected at negative $8.11 versus the loss of almost $3 per share from last year. So EPS continues to get destroyed for Boeing on revenue of, $17.91 billion versus $16.51 billion. So they will grow around 8.5% year over year. But man, they're still struggling. I'm not touching this stock right now with a 10-foot pole. I don't want to bet on Boeing's turnaround, although ultimately I think it will turn things around. But guys, I don't want to wait that long. I don't think it's anytime soon. I don't know. And the trend looks awful, man. So even if I wanted to trade Boeing, it doesn't look that ideal right now. But yeah, that's Boeing, ticker symbol BA. They're reporting earnings on, Wednesday in the morning. So same day as Tesla, but Tesla's after the bell. Boeing's in the morning. And we also have Enphase, ticker symbol ENPH, whose earnings are tomorrow, Tuesday after the bell, the 22nd of October. And man, this stock has been breaking down. It has been for sure. Now we're at $90. We were just at 140 back in June. That's a big drop. And if you guys remember, Enphase was one of the only stocks that during the 2022 bear market for the stock market in general, it was one of the only stocks that was ripping, right? At least on my watch list, man. Enphase started off the year at $117 in 2022, and it got all the way to $340 by the end of December, which is nuts looking back on it. And yeah, that was during the bear market and the stock market. And well, it's been downhill ever since. It's funny. Once we turned into 2023, the indexes start to bounce back. It seems like everybody and their grandma, offloaded Enphase, shifted out of that stock and bought maybe other tech stocks or what. Maybe the indexes, large caps that did very well throughout 2023. And yeah, like I said, man, it's been downhill ever since. And their numbers, well, are not looking too good year over year. EPS estimate is 77 cents. Last year they did $1.02. All right. Revenue, $391 million estimate versus $551 million from last year. So revenue is going to be down roughly 30% year over year. And well, EPS is compressing as well. Not the best sign, but we'll see if there's any light or signs of light, hope, whatever you want to call it, in their earnings coming up now tomorrow. What's their guidance looking like? That's going to be big. But that's Enphase, ticker symbol ENPH. We also have Verizon. Verizon is on Tuesday, I believe, as well. Let me double check that, though. Yeah, Tuesday morning, tomorrow morning, the 22nd. And Verizon stock looks decent. You know, we hit 45, pulled down to 43. Looks like we got buyers to come in. We're holding the uptrend here above both moving averages on this time frame. Looks like my camera went out there a little bit. But we're back, guys. We're back. And it looks like we also have an inverse head and shoulders. Do you guys see this right here? Left shoulder, got the head right here. I'm butchering that, but you guys get the point. Right shoulder right here. So Verizon looks pretty good on the charts. Earnings per share estimate is $1.18 versus the $1.11 from last year on revenue of $33.4 billion versus $30.4 billion, up around 9 to 10% year over year revenue wise. Not too bad, man. Not too bad if you ask me here on Verizon. Pretty good. Pretty good. And the chart, like I said, looks good as well. So before we dive into the next stock, make sure to join my email list, guys. It's free. I'm sending you all my top 3 stocks every Monday right to your email. No spam, no BS. Just put your first name and your email address in that link down below in the description box. And again, it's free, no spam, no BS, just straight up value. Check out the email list down below, guys. So now UPS is the 5th stock. UPS stock has been struggling all year. We had a huge gap down last time they reported. They went down from 145 all the way down to 125, about a 14-15% drop, which is huge. And we haven't really done much since that last earnings report, which hopefully that changes, right? EPS is projected at $1.63 versus $1.57 from last year on revenue of $22.14 billion versus $21.06 billion from last year, up around 5.1% year over year. Not bad. But again, I don't know if that's going to be enough to bring the stock out of the slump because the chart looks terrible. We're still in a downtrend. No signs of a reversal. And at the end of the day, man, we're going to have to wait for these earnings to see if we're able to get out of this channel. I mean, that's the million-dollar question. Do we break out of 140? That was the high roughly from the end of September. It's also the top of this channel. I would say it's ideal we do that. It's ideal we break 140, so I'm going to set my alert there right now. Coca-Cola, of course. We can't forget about this one. KO is this week as well. They're on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday in the morning. They're looking to do 74 cents earnings per share versus 67 cents from last year. Okay, some growth there EPS-wise. On revenue, though, pretty flat. $11.6 billion versus $11.44 billion from last year. So 11.6 is the estimate, up around 1.4%. Pretty flat year over year. I mean, not looking that great there. And we can see we're still in a downwards channel. At least we have been since the end of August, early September. And this spot needs to break. This needs to break right around $71. So I'll set my alert there right now, maybe a little bit higher at $71.50. And we'll see if we get out of there. If so, Coca-Cola could be continuing the overall uptrend that it's been in this entire year. It's been doing well this entire year. So the last stock, and by the way, guys, if you stuck till the end, let me know in the comments. Say stuck till the end or made it till the end or something, or drop a fire emoji or something like that. I appreciate you all as always. And by the way, hit the like button, man. Make sure to subscribe here on YouTube. We're trying to get to 50,000 subs before the end of the year. I think it's possible, but it's not possible without you guys. I appreciate you all as always. So American Airlines, AAL is the ticker. They're looking to do EPS of 15 cents versus 38 cents from last year. Not the best year-over-year number there, guys. On revenue of $13.47 billion versus $13.51 billion from last year. That'd be down 0.3% year-over-year. So not the best numbers from last year on American Airlines. In fact, on the charts, it's not looking that great either. I mean, yes, we are up a lot off the lows, but we are a bit overbought, and now we're approaching a big level of resistance right at about $13. This was support all throughout March, heading into almost the early days of June. So that's a big spot. If AAL is able to get out of there, though, it's possible. We do have a wide open gap here, but I don't know if it has it in it. The stock's gone up so much recently. I don't know if it's going to be able to push through even more, right? So AAL, they're on, let me double check the date here, guys. The 24th, that's on Thursday in the morning. And yeah, we'll see if the gains are extended. Do we start breaking out and filling this gap? Or do we get rejected, maybe come down a couple dollars, not even a couple dollars, but maybe $1, maybe 50 cents, 75 cents. Time will tell. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And shout out to everybody that's joined the Patreon. I appreciate all of you guys for doing that. I'm posting all my moves in my Patreon portfolio every single week when I'm buying stocks because I'm putting in money every single week. So if you want to see how I build out my real money portfolio, how it does against the S&P 500, you want to be a part of the Discord, get more access to me throughout the day, throughout the week. All of that's on Patreon, linked right down below in the description box, in the comment section, or go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. Guys, again, I appreciate all of you for joining, all the support. It means a lot. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next video.